Welcome one, welcome all to another Saturday night spectacular slate of SFLm action. We are in Chicago, where it's a blistering 25 degrees and the Warriors look to stop their freeze with this losing streak that they've been on a skid. I am Alex West, and with me in the booth tonight for his second week is DJ Kilgannon. DJ, what do you expect out of tonight's teams?
You know, Alex, it's a pleasure to be here as always, and I'm expecting a heavy run attack on Albuquerque side of the ball. And if Chicago can shut that down, I think they'll be able to get a much needed win under their belt tonight.
Absolutely. One of those situations where the visiting Adams, who are a team that has definitely been near the top of the standings by and large, are looking to get another win and extend their chances of making it higher on the seeding charts. So we'll see exactly how that plays out tonight. Roquan Dots being quarterback that leads this team opposite Iman Kopech leading the Warriors. We'll see which one has the better game tonight. The Adams will be kicking away. Warriors to receive. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're in for an hour and a half of SFLm action, and the kick is away. Being returned, fielded at the line, right at the line by Nick Twice with a little bit of a shoulder movement, looking to get out to the 29-yard line. Good return. Introducing real quick the Warriors offense. Quarterback Iman Kopech, halfbacks Kirk Wynn, and new signing Dominic Kane. Wide receivers Toby Bonitz and Nick Twice. Tight ends Tayshawn Marable and Goose Busters. And the guard, Zena West, leading the way there. I formation, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Kopech is back to pass. Has time. Fire to the right side. Easy completion. Finding a man in stride.
Yeah, that's a great look there by Dots. I mean, he had a lot of time in the pocket there, finding him in a wide open zone. Catching him right under Talakarn's zone there, making a nice tackle to stop that reception.
Good moment of picking apart a vulnerable spot in the zone defense. We'll see how often they're able to do that tonight. High formation again. Same look against the same look. Play action this time. Throwing same place, and a nasty hit delivered this time. Dondes Talakarne says, "No, sir, not in my house. It doesn't matter. It's not my house. I'm still hitting you like it is."
Yeah, I don't think he was going to let that go again. That was almost the same exact play, and he lit him up. He was not going to let that happen twice.
Nickel formation against looks like a weak eye. Still 3 receivers, though. 2nd and 10. Man in motion from the right to the left side of the screen. Back to pass is Kopech with time. Throwing to the right side. Too many white jerseys in the area. Nick Twice is not able to come up with that one.
Dustin Secosia there with great coverage. He almost had a play on the ball there, but just a little overthrown for anyone to get a hand on it.
Very nearly. 3rd and long. They did get it to about midfield, but they would not like to have the drive stall here. 4 wide receivers, single back set against a dime front from Albuquerque. Approaching inwards. Blitz coming. With time to throw. Kopech hits open space. Nick Twice.
Twice again, finding a nice route to get open in that coverage. They had a dime look there. They knew the pass was coming. Even with it, hitting the nice out route on the corner, getting him lost there. And staying in bounds, getting a few extra yards.
Definitely a tough ask. Lots of one-on-one coverages having to be made here, and Kopech is picking the mismatches apart when he sees them. 1st and 10. Now they're at about the 36-yard line. Kopech still throwing the football. Going to the right side. This one's off the hands of his receiver. Incomplete pass. You know he's regretting that one. Wants another shot at it, but no such luck in this league. 2nd and 10. Will we see a run?
Well, that pass was right to the receiver there. Kopech threw a great ball, just not able to bring it in.
Albuquerque liking the nickel front tonight, utilizing it pretty heavily so far. Warriors having Twice in the slot in motion. It will be a play action again. And Kopech will take off, go up the middle, but he gets met in the hole by the outside linebacker Sonny Sky patrolling the middle of the field there.
Yeah, she lit him up there. That's the third play action play this drive. They've been going to it a lot, faking the run and just taking it right up the middle. Kopech.
In formation, Kopech has time, has options, but no way to go because he throws to twice on the short route, but there's a defender in the way there. That's a terrible door, or that's a terrible window, a great door. 4th and 6.
Sunny Sky getting the pass deflection there. She has been absolutely fantastic in pass coverage this season. She has 2 picks, and I believe that was her 4th pass deflection on the season.
Spectacular work so far, Miss Sky. Boot is away, going shallow and to the right. Will not be a return. It'll bounce a little bit. Take this opportunity to introduce the Albuquerque Adams offense, led by quarterback Roquan Dots, towering 6'8", 240 pounds. Halfback sensation and recent SFL champion Jacob Morrison is here, as well as halfback Jevy Monte Carlo, a Week 2 signing. Wide receivers Michael Goodman and Clarence Lee, tight end Tyler Gregory, and the guard Mango Moody. From the 13, Dots under center with 2 receivers spread out and a single back. With time, the blocking is not that much time. They get home. The Warriors sack the first play from scrimmage, goes for a loss.
Wow, I mean, what more can you ask for on the first play of the drive, really? I mean, William Patterson being able to get in there after the broken sack and be able to drag him down. That's a fantastic start to this drive for the Warriors.
Now 2nd and 13 with a weak eye front. Chicago showing another blitz, and they send it. Dots this time hits his man in stride, erasing the negative deficit by a first down pass to Michael Goodman running up the seam.
Michael Goodman there, that was a fantastic route. Just being able to shake Dallas Knowles there on the route. Kind of just got behind him to catch it right in between the zones there.
And it is tough. Dallas Knowles is a talented individual, but they typically play defensive tackle. Here, being asked to do the inside linebacker position, which does present some unique challenges. Pro formation split backs, 1 tight end and 2 receivers. Chicago opting for a 4-3. Dots with time, throwing to the left side. Good timing route, hits Clarence Lee in stride, and that will move the chains again.
I mean, that's all you got to do all night if they're going to be bringing that pressure. You just got to get the ball out quick. And if those corners are going to keep getting lost in coverage there by these receivers, they just got to keep going back to it.
Another first down. Having moved the chains twice in a row, will they do it 3 times? Weak eyes set against the 4-3 once again. Linebackers encroaching, blitz coming. And oh my goodness, he hits his man once again. Roquan Dots to Clarence Lee. 2 plays in a row, 2 first downs.
Wow, after that first sack of the drive, I mean, Roquan Dots has been great under pressure. You saw the pressure there from around the left edge of the line, and he just stood there in the pocket, wasn't scared, made a perfectly accurate throw for a first down.
Now on the center stripe, exactly at midfield. Showing that pro formation against 4-3 once again. This time it is the first run of the game. Jacob Morrison going up the middle, gets 5 yards.
Going back to the bell cow there. Last week they fed him, and it certainly paid off. And I think if they're going to want to take this game home, they're going to have to mix up that pass that they've been doing so well, along with a lot of runs with Morrison.
2nd and 5 here. Lots of defenders in the box, but so much room for Monte Carlo to run through the holes. He's met after only 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but with how Chicago was crowding the box, it's not a huge surprise.
Yeah, Finn Steele getting the nice tackle there after a gain of 7. This O-line has been fantastic, not letting the defense get to these running backs after they get the ball.
Big 3rd down here. The offense has been marching. They're past midfield. They're looking to get within scoring range. Defense looking to make a stand. Single back. Dots with time to throw. And he fires. That's intercepted over the middle. There was a defender lurking. Amonte Dubois Smith.
What an interception there. I mean, that is exactly what you want out of your safety. Jumping the route right across the middle of the field, getting the interception, getting the ball back into the hands of Iman Kopech in this Chicago offense.
Roquan Dots trying to be unpredictable. They're not trying to hit one man for most of the drive. Looks off of Clarence Lee, looks to Michael Goodman, but does not look to see the safety hiding. So now he's taking over for the Warriors. Kopech under center in I formation. Receivers running. He has time. Throws to the right side. One-handed grab. A circus catch if ever I've seen one.
I mean, that's got to be some stickum there. What a fantastic catch in this frigid weather. Able to get one hand on the ball in tight coverage. That was a fantastic throw. If you trust your receiver to make that catch in that spot, you got to hit it.
And boy, does he. Moving the chains. Warriors across midfield already, about where they ended their last drive. 3 receivers set again. They've been going to this a lot. It's a play action once again. Kopech with time, throwing to his left, hitting a man in the open spaces. And that's once again, everyone on this team is getting some targets.
I mean, that's again back to this play action. They seem really comfortable out of this play action. Kopech rolling out to the left and a beautiful throw right in between the man.
What's especially impressive is how he's managing to fit these throws in between the coverage windows. That we saw Sullivan Tyson underneath there, and we saw people over the top.
Absolutely.
3 wide receiver I set again. Kopech with time again, rolling to his right, firing, hitting the man in stride. How does he keep doing it? He can't keep getting away with it. Hill with another reception.
I mean, Kopech's starting to seem like the greatest bank robber you've ever seen. He's just getting money after money throws right in the middle of this zone defense. It's like Kopech's picking them apart right now.
Now as the field shortens, let's see what the Adams have in store. They've bent so far. Will they break? I formation, 3 wide receivers once again for Chicago. They love this formation. Play action, throwing to the right side, and somehow that's caught. There's a flag on the field though. See what they call. Pass interference, an interesting one.
Oh, wow.
Automatic first down. They say that Dustin Socasey was too early there, and I think that they're right.
That was a close one there. I know Dustin, he's going to be looking back at that one, kind of kicking himself. That was seconds away from being a fantastic play there. I mean, it's just not much you can do about that one.
You hate to see them happen, but they are called bang bang plays for a reason. Now, lots of hands on the ground. He's going up the fake, and he gets stuffed. Oh.
Seth Berlin there, plugging the holes. He is not going to let Kopech get away that easy. He's been dotting him up all night, and he is going to hit him when he has the chance.
No remorse on that one. Now it's an I set. Many hands on the ground. Big push coming. Handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go. And that was Nick twice on the carry, but he gets wrapped up by Sunny Sky coming off the edge.
I mean, this is, like you said earlier, this is bend, but don't break. This is where the men are separated from the boys and the women are separated from the girls on 3rd and goal on the 3.
That is the scenario. We know the stakes. Kopech sneaks again. Gets on Zeno Weston. Can't make it further. He gets denied. And what a stand for the Adams.
Wow, that is a gutsy play call there. Not sure if that was the right call, but it's what they called. They're going to get 3 points regardless, but letting your QB take those kind of hits when you have 2 fresh backs that can do them instead, I mean, interesting call.
I can see what you're saying. We'll hope for the best for the case of Ivan Kopech, as this kick is up and good. The home faithful erupt in cheers as the Warriors take the lead. You will see how Albuquerque responds.
I mean, Albuquerque being able to hold them to 3 there, that's got to give you some sort of momentum going in as the offense. Seeing your defense say, hey, we have your back. We're going to keep them out of the end zone. We just need you to get some points on the board.
Turn out to the 31. A pretty good return, all things considered. Looks like there's a bit of wind here, of course. Mark your calendars. The SFL is back with Season 24's free agency frenzy when we find out who's on the move and where ahead of Season 24's kickoff in early January. You can see it right here Monday, December 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Virtual Football Network. First and 10, Chicago with a bunch of bodies on the line, threatening a blitz. The pressure will come. Dots is in trouble. He fires it away somehow, and it's off the hands of Michael Goodman, who was wide open.
Wow. I mean, Dots is going to give Goodman a slap over the head for that one. There was so much pressure on that pocket, and he just stood in there, made a fantastic throw. That's what the cold weather will do to you, make your hands feel like bricks.
How on earth did this unit, led by Mango Moody, hold off the blitz for that long? Run to the left side for Jacob Morrison, who only gets about a yard after he's met by two defenders, brought down by Finn Steele.
They got to keep protecting that edge. I mean, this Albuquerque offense is tremendous in the run. If they can shut out that outside run all night, I mean, things will be looking good for them.
Three receivers set the eye against a nickel front. The blitz is coming, but it's picked up. Dots hits his man, but that man gets hit. No chance to come up with that one. Fourth down.
I mean, that's a good sign right there. Dots going back to Goodman. Still trusts his receiver, but I mean, that's a tight window. I mean, as soon as he got the ball to his hands, he absolutely got lit up.
After an effective stand by the home team, Adams are forced to punt it away. It is high. Looks like it will be returned. One broken tackle and a flag on the field. We'll see what they say happened there. Oh, a face mask. Someone said they grabbed Nick Twice's face.
That's just discipline right there. I mean, that's just going to give a huge boost to the drive to start off.
Indeed. And speaking of boosts and who needs them, this Adams defense has a lot of pressure on their shoulders. Let's introduce them. Defensive line is Lucas Gilbert, Seth Harrison, and Eli Calvert. Linebackers are Seth Berlin, Dylan Bantzler, and Sonny Sky. Secondary to come after this play. Three receivers, strong eye formation. Man in motion from right to left, looking to overload that weak side. And it will be a handoff up the gut that goes nowhere. Met in the hole and almost a TFL. Sonny Sky is there.
Sonny Sky again with a fantastic tackle. They've been going to that play action a lot with that almost that same exact run. Finally give it to him, and it didn't fool the Albuquerque defense at all.
Second and 10. Kopex takes the snap, fires into the slot, trying to hit Nick Twice, but there's just too many bodies.
Yeah, that's great defense there. I mean, just a little bit overthrown on the route, but if it was thrown, that could have been dangerous.
Real quick, introducing that secondary doing that coverage. It's cornerbacks Dustin Socasey and Maxwell Quimby, as well as the safeties Sullivan Tyson and Dondes Talacarne. Third and 10. Big moment. Four receivers. One back in the backfield. Dime front for Albuquerque. Three receivers on the right-hand side. And Kopech will pass. Has time. Pocket is stable. He hits his man in the slam. He gets absolutely obliterated on that one. Sullivan Tyson with the wham.
What a pocket there. That offensive line gave him all the time in the world. Zena West and the rest of that offensive line were doing fantastic. I mean, you just got to hold on to that ball, getting absolutely destroyed as it got to his hands.
Punt is away. And gambling on returning this one met as he catches it. That's always a dangerous sign. I don't ever like that.
Yeah, that's some bravery right there, taking that one out.
Bravery indeed. Speaking of bravery, let's talk about these Warrior defense and how brave they've been against the incursions of Dots. Defensive line and the rest I'll introduce after this play. First down, single back, two receivers, couple of tight ends, both on the right side. Dots to throw, has time, rolling off his back foot, somehow gets that one into Clarence Lee's hands.
I mean, that's a fantastic throw. The pressure was there. Again, he stays calm in the pocket, like you said, off his back foot, throwing an absolute dime right to Clarence Lee over the middle of the field in the middle of the defenders.
You know, those defenders, defensive line, we'll introduce real quick. Peter Merck, May Carter, and Frank Doom make up the line, and looks like they are looking hungry out there. Toss play to left side for Morrison. Morrison gets met and does not go anywhere. What a job by this front four.
William Patterson meeting him on the outside again. doing a great job stopping this outside run by Albuquerque. And if they, like I said earlier, they need to keep doing that. They cannot let Morrison break out for a big game.
2nd and 5, I formation. Toss play again to the left, this time for Chevy Monte Carlo, who gets met at the line by William Patterson, but somehow Monte Carlo powers forward because he's 6'2", 250.
That is a big body there. Patterson able to get the tackle in back-to-back plays there. He is playing some heads-on football, and he is out for blood.
3rd and 1. Hands on the ground. It's a toss to the left. Morrison gets hit. Gets wrapped up. Does not get back. They say he got it.
Wow.
The clock strikes 0 on the first quarter.
That looked real close there. Dallas Knowles looked like he stopped him short. Maybe the ball got over the line to gain. It was a very close call there by the Zebras.
Controversy aside, welcome back. Second quarter. As the Adams try to mount a drive, try and get some points on the board for the first time. Dots under center. Single back, receivers to either side of him. And he will have the time to throw. This time by the linebackers, Finn Steele.
Wow. I mean, again, the fantastic pass defense by these Chicago Warriors. Dots with the quick throw to his receiver. That's been there most of the night. He's used to that pressure, having to get the ball out quick this game. And, I mean, it really showed right there.
Barely any chance for Dots to really get a throwing attack going, and all of a sudden he's thrown another interception on these crossing routes, giving Kopech another chance to extend the lead. Kopech will have time to pass. The blitz is coming, and he gets hit. Oh, my. Coming off the weak side, that was Seth Harrison.
Absolutely leveled. They call it the blind side for a reason, and that he was just hammered there. The ball goes flying after the hit. Start a second down.
So lucky that wasn't a fumble. Kopech able to get his arm going forward before that happened, and no linebackers there to intercept the duck. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers this time. Kopech with time. The blocking is incredible tonight. Nick Twice hit in space in the soft part of the zone. First down, Chicago.
And Nick Twice, we ought to start calling him Picasso, the ways he is carving up this zone. He has been doing fantastic. Along with this offensive line, they have been giving Kopech a lot of time. And when he hasn't got time, he's been able to have enough time to get the ball into some tight windows.
First and 10. Kopech this time handing it off up the middle with all kinds of running lanes, and just no one even touches him until he gets 7 yards as Kirk Wynn.
Yeah, Dylan Bamsler meeting him in open field, making the nice open field tackle. This Chicago O-line is not only great in the pass game, they're going to make some nice run lanes that you could drive a bus through.
And speaking of bus lanes, there's one for Ivan Kopech, who almost gets to the first down marker. Not quite, though. 3rd and inches, but this is the 3rd time we've seen him call that QB sneak. They must love it.
Seth Berlin has been on that QB sneak every time they have ran it. Previously on the goal line, he made the stop, and once again stopping him short on the same play.
See if they manage it again on 3rd and inches. I formation, that will be a run to the right side, and it will be enough to move the chains. Looks like they had Nick Twice going out of the receiver role into the backfield again.
Not a lot of yards there, but it is enough. Nick Twice getting put in that role a few times now. It hasn't looked too unfamiliar back there. Seems like he's doing pretty good behind this O-line.
And off again, this time off to the right side. Kirk Wynn getting 6 on a perfectly respectable job, but really it's the blocking that sold that one. What a job of the front 5 and the lead block by the fullback.
Absolutely. Having to get dragged by 2 men. Talakarn coming in late to help with the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
Now with a bunch of tight ends in this I formation, only one receiver to the far right. It'll be a run to the left side, and Twice gets met after a few yards, but he manages to roll over Dylan Bamsler to get the first and 10.
Yeah, I mean, you can see these own linemen getting a huge jump and going and clipping the linebackers immediately, completely taking them out of the run game, giving them a lot of room to run up the middle.
Three wide receivers, but it's a run up the middle that gets met in the hole and absolutely stuffed by Sunny Sky.
Sunny Sky, she is having a game. She has been sniffing out these runs like a bloodhound, getting several tackles for a gain of 1 or none.
Despite all these good plays that we are seeing in individual moments by the Adams defense, Kopech is time to pass in the red zone and almost gets the end zone there. Hits Nick twice in space once again. First and goal.
Twice again. Finding space in open coverage. I mean, he's been doing it this entire drive, and an absolutely great throw right where it needed to be placed, getting him right on the goal line.
Now first and goal from what looks to be about the 1.5 yard line. Can the Adams stand strong? It will be a run up the middle to the left side, and Kirk Wynn hits into the end zone. Touchdown! No, that's Nick twice. Touchdown, Warriors!
Wow, like we said, this is I mean, he's been put in that position a couple times this drive. I mean, there it was clearly the right choice. Getting it in, I mean, that's just a tremendous hole. Defenders didn't even have much time to get there before he was basically already in the end zone.
Indeed, something to watch is exactly how versatile Nick Twice is being and has proven to be. We'll see if he is able to continue these kinds of activities whenever he goes back to his pro roster. The point after is up and good. Chicago now a 2-score lead, up 10-0. You're watching Simulation Football minor league action here on the Virtual Football Network, the official network of SFLm, SFL, UFL, and so much more coming soon. The Virtual Football Network, where all the best virtual football lives. That kick is up and away. Be fielded and returned. Brought out past the 25-yard line. This neat little shimmy, but no further. Back to the 29-yard line. And Albuquerque will take over. Let's take a moment to actually shine a spotlight on the Warriors' defense. Their defensive line consists of the end, Peter Merck, tackles May Carter and Frank Doom. Linebacker core is Dallas Knowles, Finn Steele, who had a pick earlier, William Patterson. And the secondary makes up Devontae Moore, Ness Genkel, Tyler Highfield, and Amonte Dubois Smith. Strong eye formation. 2 wide receivers to the right side for Dots as he takes over. With time, blitz coming, pump fakes, but no, he waits too long. The timer didn't go off, and he gets wrapped up.
Knowles has been all over the field tonight. That is a sack, dragging down Dots after the pump fake. Dots has to get that one out a little bit sooner.
Now that's just the kind of lesson that Dots needs to learn if he wants to get back in this one. 2nd and 11. Nickel front from the Warriors here, sagging off a bit. The pressure is still coming. Dots gets the pass away to Goodman, who reels that one in despite a shoulder pad in his chest.
Yeah, he got leveled on that catch. I mean, he barely brought it in, but he did nonetheless. Getting, like you said, just smacked right as soon as the ball got to him. But all that matters is that he was able to hold on.
I swear, I got the wind knocked out of me just looking at that. God. 1st and 10. Strong eye set. 2 receivers. It's the same front. The blitz is coming again. But once again, Dots is hitting these receivers on these quick routes right as they develop and they're trying to get past the linebackers.
I mean, these defenders are hitting them as soon as they get the ball, but it doesn't mean anything if they're able to hold on to it. The passing here by Dots has been looking phenomenal, other than the 2 interceptions. I mean, he's been able to find a lot of open plays in between the zone coverage. I think they need to stick with a little bit more man out of that 4-3.
Now it's an I front, 2 receivers, but they'll put one in motion from right to left. That's Tyler Gregory, the tight end. And there's a lot of bodies in the box, and it's going to be a run to the left side for Morrison, who spins his way to freedom for a moment, but is met by the safety, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that was, I believe that was Delro bringing him down there. Or no, yeah, no. That was, I think that was Highfield with the tackle, bringing him down.
I think you're right. 2nd and 6 here. Lots of hands on the ground, but it's a toss play to the right side. Little misdirection there, and Chevy Monte Carlo gets a good push.
Monte Carlo not looking like a Chevy there, looking like a steamroller, rolling over the defender for an extra 3 or 4 yards. Absolutely barreling over him.
Now 3rd and 3. Tight ends with hands on the ground. Chicago with 8 bodies in the box. Looks like this is going to be one of those gutsy, grinded out plays. Dots will pass instead. Throws to the right side. Little dump off, but does not hit his man in stride. Incomplete.
Looked just a little low there. I mean, it seemed like the outside was open, but it was just a little underthrown there. Dots maybe a little nervous about the interceptions previously, trying to throw a safe ball, and that time it didn't pay off.
And that will end what was a promising drive, so that will be punted away. Decision to return it, and immediately met as he catches that ball. That will end any hopes of a kick 6. So now just a quick update. The SFL convention is headed to Baltimore for the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to the 14th. Join the SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor and revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. You can reserve your room at the special group rate now at simfl.net. As what an incredible throw by Kopech as he hits twice on a deep route.
I mean, what are you going to do against a Warrior that has a Swiss Army knife in their pocket? Nick Twice being absolutely lethal in the receiving game and on the ground. I mean, he can't be stopped right now.
Matched up against Maxwell Quimby there. It's such a great connection between Kopech and Twice right now. They've got some natural chemistry going. Strong eye formation set with 3 wide receivers against the nickel front again. We've seen it before. This time it's a handoff up the middle to Kirk Wynn, who gets about 3 yards there.
Wynn with a great run, bouncing around the blocks, looking for a lane in the line, finally found one, turned what could have been a loss into a gain of 3. That was some nice effort there.
And here on 2nd and 7, lots of tight ends very near the line. And there will be a pass this time for Kopech. Rolling to the right. He gets to space. He decides to take off and does not get the first down, but gets met by Sunny Sky with only 2 short of the chains.
I mean, that shows it there. He's been running these QB sneaks. He is not scared of that contact. Not sliding down. He brings it right to the linebacker. Chest up and lays right into him as he takes him down.
And it's another sneak and he slides. It's the Ivan Kopech rushing attack tonight, folks.
I mean, look at that. We have a QB and a wide receiver leading the rushing way for this Chicago offense. Anything can happen at this point. If they brought their kicker into the backfield, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
1st and 10. They will decide to send Twice, who's currently very close to the line of scrimmage, from right to left side of the formation. But it'll be a handoff up the middle for Wynn, who gets met at the line and blasted backwards for a loss.
Wow, Sunny Sky laying the wood on that hit. Not even letting him get past the line. I mean, this Albuquerque defense has been great against the run so far, apart from that quarterback. I mean, it's been a show. It's been a great time.
And that will be the 2-minute warning. Free timeout. Game clock will stop. And we'll get a chance to see what happens now that we're at midfield. Kopech looking to pass, rolling to his left with time, throws deep, and hits his man on a mile shot. 1st and 10, but they're at the red zone.
Wow, Tyson is going to need a pay raise after that one. Barely saving a touchdown. That was an absolute dot to Hill over the middle, right past the defender. Kopech is putting on a clinic tonight.
Only one man to beat, and it was Sullivan Tyson, who managed the open field tackle to save the TD. The Warriors now on the 21-yard line. Running this 3 wide receiver set that's become a familiar sight. They know how to use it. And then it'll be a run over the right side, but oh no, we've got an injury on the play. Man down on the field. It's going to be the backup halfback, Womack. You hate to see it.
Wow, Sony Sky, I mean, just putting him out of commission there. I mean, letting out that frustration for sure.
She's got some bad intentions, and she doesn't care who knows it. 2nd and 8. That injury will stop the clock. Play clock ticking down still. No timeouts used. 3 receiver sets, single back, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, against a nickel front. And it'll be a toss play to the right-hand side. Nowhere going, nothing doing. Look who it is, Sunny Sky once again.
I mean, she's showing why she is one of the best in this league. I mean, Kopech and this offense have been having a field day trying to run around her.
Back to pass, and it's a wild one off to the right. Kopech not sure. It looks like he might have been looking for Toby Bonus, but there's a lot of Adams in the area. That will snuff this drive out, but it looks like they're within field goal range.
Yeah, maybe some miscommunication on that one. It almost looked like he cut in rather than out when the ball was going out, or maybe there was just so many bodies in the way he couldn't get past them.
This field goal, 36 yards, is up and good. Chicago with another score. They're still only up by 2 scores, but 13 is better than 10. As we look now, we've got a little bit over a minute left on the clock for the Adams to work with. And lots of pressure on number 17. He's 6'8". He's 240. Roquan Dotson's a big fella, but seems to be wilting in the moment a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, I think these Adams need to go back to what they're best at. They have been phenomenal on the ground all season. Morrison leading the league in rush yards per game, and I think they need to try and put the game on his shoulders for the rest of the half and going into the next.
And see if they take that advice and get to the rushing attack, because the passing attack hasn't been working. Return there by Schrebet. Gets to about the 28-yard line before he gets planted in the dirt. 55 seconds left on the clock. Albuquerque with all 3 of their timeouts. We'll see if they decide to take it to the half or if they decide a deep shot or 2 is in order. 4-3 front from Chicago. We're expecting anything and everything. As the Adams send Clarence Lee in motion from left side to right. 2 receivers there, nothing on the weak side. And it's a handoff to the right side to Morrison, who hurdles one defender, gets met, but doesn't get stopped by William Patterson. Timeout called by, I think that was Chicago. No, Albuquerque called that timeout.
Yeah, I mean, with the run there, almost looked like they were going to go ahead and run it to half, but seeing how much yards they gained, maybe they changed their mind, calling a timeout, stopping the clock.
Keeping the defense off balance. It's another 2 receiver single back front. Dotson with the pass this time. Out route to Goodman, who catches it and he hits the sideline as soon as he can. Good job, stops the clock.
I mean, that's a fantastic play call there. Doing the short out route, making sure he has enough room to catch the ball and get out of bounds for the first while stopping the clock.
Now we'll see what they're doing with this more advanced field position. They're on their own 42-yard line, still well outside of contract kicker leg, or non-contract kicker legs, and they don't have one. Strong eye formation with 2 receivers, again on the right side. They're ignoring the weak side. Throwing to the right side of the field, and this time it's Clarence Lee who gets a reception. Timeout called for the Adams, and they are just picking on that strong side of the field right now.
Absolutely. I mean, that's another, like you said, that's another throw to the strong side, right over the middle. Dots, when he is not, I mean, needless to say, when he's not turning the ball over, he has had some nice shining moments. It's just letting the pressure go and doing what's kicking him in the behind.
Another pass for Dots. We'll see what he does. Flat route to Morrison, who bounces off one tackle but can't spin away from the next one. Wrapped up for a loss, and that's the last timeout for the Adams.
Yeah, that's what you can't have there. Morrison with the swing pass to the right. Maybe they were hoping he had enough room to get out of bounds, but dragged down, I mean, not even at the line of scrimmage, having to waste their last timeout.
Now this time with 2 receivers on the right side, they'll send Goodman in motion to the weak side. Single back. Lots of bodies for Chicago near the line. The pressure's coming. The pass is to the right side. And it is complete for about 8 yards, but it's hurry up here time. 3rd and 2. Kopech will pass. And he will throw to the right side, and he hits the tight end for a big gain. Tyler Gregory. Now they're on the 19-yard line. Can they spike it in time?
Let's see what they can do here with not. Oh, there they go with the spike. Dot's a nice call there to save some time after a nice completion. After those 2 plays, this Adams offense is looking good in this crunch time.
Absolutely spectacular drive here. They've used all 3 of their timeouts and used them judiciously. You might wonder about that first run, but look where they are now, putting points on the board, they hope. 36-yard attempt. It is up, bending from right to left, and it's good. Albuquerque gets on the board.
I don't hate the safe, conservative call, getting the points while they have a chance. They did well on that drive, the first of it, getting out of bounds with the ball, saving some time, but not wanting to risk it there, just taking their points while they had the opportunity.
Most certainly. There have been times, especially considering they have no timeouts left, if something goes wrong, they get brought down in bounds, they have no way to stop the clock outside of a spike, and you might run out of time for that. This one will be returned. Albuquerque looking to bleed clock off, and that's a nice return out to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great return there. I mean, not a lot of time left in the half, but I mean, if you're able to get far enough down the field, you might be able to make something happen.
So shout out to Ness Genkel, the cornerback, getting involved on special teams. I love seeing defenders return kicks. 3 seconds left. Will Chicago take a deep shot or just run it up the gut and get us to the half? We'll see, but don't go anywhere, because once this play is done, we've got a halftime analysis for you. And it will be a pass for Kopech, who has time, throws to the right, almost intercepted, a dangerous one as the clock strikes 0. Halftime in Chicago.
You know, I don't hate that play call there. If you're going to take a chance and throw it into coverage, that would be the time.
No doubt about it, and as a result, we're looking at Chicago up 13-3 over the visiting Adams. They seem to have Dots' number. What are your thoughts on the first half?
I mean, this seems to be an all-out passing assault. Dots having plenty of pass attempts, not leaning on the run too much. And the same could be said about that Chicago side of the ball. Kopech just taking the margin a little bit there, playing a little bit better, cutting the turnovers back compared to Dots with 2. He's been looking phenomenal, and along with Nick Twice, this passing offense is not having much leeway here to be stopped.
Big part of this passing attack and just offense in general attributable to that man, number 12, Nick Twice. And we'll see if he continues this sort of offensive dominance in the second half. But we are back to the action for the second half of Chicago Field, and I think that we are going to see some more sparks fly here as the Adams will be receiving the ball to start the second half.
You know, I think you're right. These Adams aren't going to go down easily. I think we all know that. They're going to bring the fight back to the Warriors, but if anyone's going to be able to fight that fight, it is going to be the Chicago Warriors.
Return here, going out to the 35, untouched, gets contacted there and gets to the 38. Good starting field position for the Adams here. Seems a little reductive, but it's just easier to win the overall field position battle, even if you're not scoring. If you just start with a good return, even if you go 3 and out, if you punt the ball well enough, you can still put it deep on the other territory. But we'll see enough of that. No 3rd and outs here. Dots under center and I formation with 3 receivers. 1 to the right, 2 to the left. And it'll be a handoff to the right side for Morrison, who gets met right as he crosses the line by Dallas Knowles, just waiting there.
Yeah, Knowles with a great tackle there, meeting him early. Jacob Morrison had a fantastic last game, and he's having some trouble against the Chicago Warriors defense thus far.
2nd and 9 here. I formation again. This will be a handoff up the middle for Morrison, who bounces the outside, breaks 1 tackle, but cannot break another one. Just too many Warriors swarming to the football as Amonte Dubois-Smith actually wraps him up.
Yeah, making the clean-up tackle after breaking the first one. I mean, that's what you need to do as a defense. All helmets to the ball. If one man can't stop him, there needs to be 2 or 3 or 4 more.
Dots operating on 3rd and 6. Throwing to his right side, finding Michael Goodman in space for a huge first down.
Goodman there with a great catch, able to stay in bounds and get a few more yards there. That's exactly what this Adam offense needs from Dots and his receivers.
And what a savvy throw from Dots. He saw that Ness Genkel was in coverage and waited for Genkel to move off. And as soon as he did, that ball was in the air.
Absolutely. That's great quarterback prowess there to see and read the defender.
2 receivers, one to the right and left. But it'll be a handoff to Morrison in the backfield, who gets across the line and gets pushed forward to make it a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, you like to see that little spin cycle spin to start the run. Maybe fooling the defenders a little bit. Maybe forgot which way they were going, hitting him forward for a few extra yards. Morrison will take that every time.
4-3 front from the Warriors against a strong eye front from the Adams, who will give it to Monte Carlo, who makes it 5 yards before being met by Highfield, and I don't know who walked away from that one stinging worse.
Yeah, Highfield looked like he was completely running downhill. It's almost like he knew that was going there the entire play, and it was like wall against wall, just hit.
Dots passing to left side, almost intercepted, but that's a touchdown! Clarence Lee finds pay dirt.
Clarence Lee, that's exactly what you need to do coming out of the half. Dots showing that he can pass this ball against the Chicago defense, throwing a beautiful throw right before the man got there. Lee able to keep concentration and run it into the end zone.
And what a throw it was, putting it on the angle that it needed to be, because if you float that one, Devontae Moore is going to snag that one from the sky and start running the other way. Instead, Albuquerque now gets to within 1 score as long as this extra point is good.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much margin for error on that pass, and Dots was not going to throw another interception on that one. He made the perfect read and the perfect throw for the touchdown.
Must have been a great halftime talk for the Adams, who were looking like they might be feeling some sparks of fission on the field tonight. As this second half is underway, we have a score already, barely 2 minutes in. This one will be returned by Twice, carrying a pass to 25, who gets absolutely lit up on that one. Oof.
Yeah, these special teams showing that they have some heart, laying the wood on a few of these hit returns, showing Nick Twice, trying to get him back in the game a little beat up. They want to show him why they're frustrated with him.
Now 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. The Warriors will be taking over. Mon Kopech being given the task of answering the passing touchdown that Dots shows that he can sling. Let's see what he's got. I formation, 3 receivers set again, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. It will be a pass. Kopech slings to the slot, and it's Twice who's there, gets a catch for 8 yards, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, that's number 12 Peanut Butter and number 5 Jelly. I mean, they've been perfect all night. They've been the perfect match, completely in synergy.
Talk about some spectacular numbers so far total. Twice looking for a century mark. And it will be a sneak up the middle for Kopech, who once again is braving the dangers of this defense to get a first down.
I mean, Kopech again with a run. Who would expect a Chicago QB to be running this much, you know? A nice slide there, trying to avoid the hit, and that's another first down.
1st and 10, I front again. Kopech looking to pass, has time, so much time, but he throws to where there's all sorts of green helmets and nearly gets picked off.
Yeah, I mean, green is not mean go right now, Kopech. You want to keep it away from as much green as you can, throwing it to a lot of defenders there. He's just gotta keep calm, stick in this pocket, trust his O-line, and hit the open man.
Now on 2nd and 10, I see 3 Adams linemen on the field. They will send some pressure, though. Exotic blitz package, but it's not enough. The secondary is back there, however, to defend the pass. The receiver gets hit as he tries to bring that one in. Incomplete, 3rd and long.
Yeah, it almost looked like there were two Adams on twice there. And I mean, if that's what's going to work, that's what's going to work. Laying the wood as soon as the ball got to his hands, not giving him a chance to pull that one in.
Doing whatever it takes. 4 receivers on the field here for Chicago, only 1 back in the backfield. Dime front for Adams. Kopech will, of course, throw here. He has time, throws to the middle of the field, and his target gets hit again. And it's Dustin Socasey on that one, who is giving the business to Nick Twice.
Yeah, I mean, that, again, 2 corners guarding Kopech like their life depends on it. Absolutely ghosting him. And again, it works. Hitting him right as the ball gets to him, negating the first down. I mean, if that's what's going to work for this Albuquerque defense, they need to keep going to it.
DJ, while we see a stiff hit delivered on that kick return, I have a question for you.
Absolutely, what's that?
How many likes do we have on this video so far? Trick question. It's not enough.
Not enough.
Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLm action, and help the channel grow through your support. Dots under center again, this time within 3, with the opportunity to take the lead if he can lead his team to a score. Hands off the left side to Morrison, who gets swallowed up after 3 yards and doesn't get anything extra. This Warriors front 7 has absolutely been keyed in on stopping the run.
Yeah, Morrison breaking to the outside, meeting a giant in the middle of the field. Dallas Knowles standing at a towering 6'4", meeting him there with the tackle.
2nd and 7, I formation with 3 receivers against a nickel front. Play clock ticking down, but it's a toss to the left side for Monte Carlo, who picks up about 4 yards on this one, 3rd and 2, and the Adams need this 3rd down conversion in a big way.
Monte Carlo there with a great run, laying his shoulder down, putting it through Tyler Highfield's chest for a few extra yards.
Now on 3rd and short, the Warriors crowding the line of scrimmage, as are the Adams. Big push here. Who's going to win it? Morrison up the middle, and he gets met. But they say he got the first down despite the best efforts of the safety, Dubois Smith.
Wow, I think that's a nice challenge there. That one was really close.
Absolutely. The bloody hanky hits the field, and we will go under the hood and see what we can see from another angle. Which one do you think we're getting here?
I think that one's going to get overturned. I really do. I don't think Morrison was there. I think he got stopped just short of the line to gain, and it looks like it.
Might be right. That yellow stripe on the field is just a simulation. It's the forward progress of the football. Let's see what the refs have for us. It will be overturned, and that means it's 4th and inches.
Wow. I mean, that shows what a head coach can have an effect in the game. Fantastic challenge right there. He knew his defender made that stop, and he trusted him, made the challenge, and it worked. And the Albuquerque Adams going to punt on 4th and inches.
With a chance to take the lead, they will instead opt to play it safe because they're deep in their own territory. And now it'll be a punt away that goes nowhere on this return. Nick Twice getting hit as he catches it. And the Warriors will take over on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, you know, something's telling me these special teamers really don't like Nick Twice, you know?
I wonder why that might be. It's not like he's been making fools of the defense all night.
No, not at all.
So now we've got Kopech under center with 3 receivers against a nickel front. We'll see what he has in mind, as this is a passing play. Throwing to the right side, finding Nick Twice in space. Once again, picking apart this zone.
I mean, that was a fantastic pocket by the Chicago offensive line, giving Kopech plenty of time to see Nick Twice's route develop. And that's the first play in a little while that we saw him on slipping in between zone, apart from the 2-man coverage that he was put on previously.
That doesn't even feel like it's the safety playing underneath Dundas Talacarne's fault. He was in his zone. It's the difficulty of leaving your zone versus playing the ball. This time it'll be a hand off up the middle, and it will not go for much. About 2 yards gained, I say.
Kirk Wynn getting the feed there, trying to fight for as many yards as he could. This Albuquerque defense just being tenacious in the run game.
Tenacious is the word of the day indeed. I love that one. 2nd and 8 here. And it's going to be a strong eye front. And it's a handoff again up the middle to Wynn, who gets the opportunity this time, makes up for that poor showing on the last handoff. This time bulldozes forward for 6.
Yeah, I mean, going to drag Seth Berlin for a few yards there. Looked like they were hugging each other as they got a few extra yards on the play. That's a great comeback run there by Wynn.
I don't think that's necessarily brotherly love. No love lost here between a halfback and linebacker as it's another Kopech sneak for another first down. You can never sleep on this man.
Absolutely not. That's the motto in Chicago. Kopech doing it again, another first down. He has been absolutely amazing on these sneaks, and I think they're going to keep going back to it without a doubt.
Now on 1st and 10, it'll be a handoff to Wynn, who gets caught on Zena West and gets brought down because Sunny Sky, guess who, is coming around the edge.
I mean, she's going to be here all night. She has shown that in the first half of this game. Just wanted to remind him there that she's still here.
Now on 2nd and 10, still the same formation, but twice will get pushed out away from the line of scrimmage into the wide set. Kopech will roll to the right with time. Fires looking for twice, but it's overthrown. Too much mustard on that hot dog.
Secosia, he has been Twice's kryptonite tonight. That was a nice rollout and a close throw there to Twice. Secosia just playing tremendous defense to make sure he wasn't able to get his hands up and snag that ball.
Well said, DJ. Well said. Now 3rd and 10 from the 35. Or 45, excuse me. Kopech with time. Backpedaling, but too far back. Bounces off a tackle. He is running free, but not that free. He gets brought down after only a yard.
Wow. Seth Harrison got shrugged off. He's got to be kicking himself after that one. Able to shrug the sack off and make it back to the line of scrimmage. Not going to get the first down, but this punt is certainly going to be a lot better than it would have been had he had taken that sack.
No doubt about it, but one of the things you can say, the Adams are so happy that Seth Berlin was able to make that second hit and stop that from moving the chains. This punt will bounce off to the right side and fumble over out of bounds just a little past the 20. And now your time is now to get your voice on the call. We are looking for passionate SFL participants to join on our broadcast team for the SFL Season 24. Please visit simfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and be one of the biggest difference makers in the future of SFL action, as Goodman makes a great grab there to move the chains, getting Dots in rhythm on this drive early.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great hit there. I mean, getting it right as soon as you get there, able to make the stop, and that was a lot of pressure on Dots there. He was able to stand in the pocket with the blitz and make the nice read and pass.
Dots 14 of 20 so far tonight. 1 touchdown on those 2 interceptions. Morrison will the handoff up the middle. Also having himself a decent showing. Not what we're expecting coming into this one. Mr. averaging 150 yards a game. That felt a little unsustainable, and we are seeing it be unsustainable tonight.
Knowles and Highfield making the tackle there, able to drag him down. Morrison with a nice gain of 5.
This one a handoff to Monte Carlo, who gets met up in the middle, but he gets 3 yards, and that's more than enough to make it 3rd and extremely short.
Again, this Albuquerque offensive line has been doing a great job all night, making run lanes when they are needed for this line, getting them a good 4 or 5 yards almost every run.
Toss play to the left side for Morrison, who gets met but is pushing forward, keeps his legs churning. The refs will say that he got it. There's a possibility of a challenge on this one. We'll see if it stands or not. Chicago opting not to throw the flag here.
Yeah, Morrison again, I guess, barely squeaking that ball over the first down marker.
1st and 10 with split backs. Dots will hand off to, once again, Monte Carlo, who scrambles and struggles for 2 yards, but it's only 2. Knowles on the wrap-up.
It seems like Albuquerque is opting for a much more heavy run attack in this second half. And I mean, the runs have been there. This has been a nice, steady, consistent drive.
And a pass or a handoff to the right side, and it goes absolutely nowhere. Morrison getting met before he can even clear the edge. Too much effort, too much mass to move from Mango Moody, one of the top draft prospects for this season's draft. Topping a few boards. 3rd and 10 here. Weak eye. But it's a blitz coming, but it's still an open completion to Clarence Lee, who moves the sticks. The defender was sagging back.
Yeah, we've said it once. Dots having to make these quick throws with a lot of pressure from the edge. Making the quick throw to Lee, again, able to drag it in on the slant. He is doing a great job keeping his composure in the pocket, even when it's not really there.
And that will conclude our 3rd quarter of play. Your score, Chicago 13, the Adams 10. We are in a tight contest heading into the 4th quarter.
Absolutely. Albuquerque, they've been running a lot this drive with only 1 quarter there down. If they're going to keep doing it, they're going to need to put some points on the board, or they're just going to run the clock out on themselves.
Start of the 4th quarter, Dots under center, Alex West with DJ Kilgannon in the broadcast booth, and it's a run to the left side for Morrison, picking up 3. 2nd and 7, but it's been a great call with you so far here tonight, DJ. Glad to have you with me here.
Absolutely, Alex. I appreciate it, man. There's no one else I would rather be here with the man himself, the SFLm.
Aw. Making me blush. 2nd and 7, 2 receivers to the left side. Dots throwing over the middle somehow, some way. A one-handed grab from Goodman, who gets hit as soon as he has it.
Yeah, I mean, Goodman again making a nice catch over the middle, snagging that in one-handed. Make sure you check his gloves after that one, ref, because that was a fantastic catch with the fingertips.
Getting absolutely smoked as he catches that one, too, from one direction, then the other. Get that man an ice pack. 1st and 10 here. 2 receivers again to the left side. Lots of Warriors in the middle of the box. But it's a handoff to the left for Morrison, who gets met right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. And what a job there by Finn Steele coming off the block to snuff that one out.
Yeah, that's a great tackle there. I mean, Finn Steele able to break the block, like you said, wrapping up, only for a gain of 2 there. That's what they need to keep doing against this run attack.
See what we have, if it's another run or if they'll air it out on 2nd and 8. They are in the red zone now. Dots will hand it off to the middle for Morrison, who does the spin cycle and bounces off contact to get an extra 1.5 yards there. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, spinning right into a defender, getting laid out after he makes that spin, getting pushed forward again for a few extra yards. Albuquerque strangling the life out of this 4th quarter clock.
There will be a handoff again to Monte Carlo, who gets met in the backfield. No chance, no way, no how. Monte Dubois Smith, the safety, comes screaming down to stop that one.
Yeah, Mr. Dubois Smith has been fantastic in this run defense so far. That is exactly what this Chicago defense needed. They could not let a touchdown up on this drive, only letting up 3. Now they have a chance to take the lead back in the 4th.
Kick is up and good. Albuquerque managing to equalize despite the home crowd's deafening cheers there for a minute.
And almost a 5-minute drive there for that offense. They were just toting the rock, draining the clock as much as they could. They wanted Chicago to feel as weak as possible going into that next drive, seeing their defense get ran all over.
Adams will kick this up and away. Warriors will return it from the 10. I think that's Genkel on the return, who does a spin move but gets hit as he grabs it. Gets stopped at the 32-yard line. Now it's all on Iman. Iman Kopech has been the center of this Warriors attack, whether it be through the air or on the ground, with the occasional spice of Nick Twice in the backfield or on the edge. 1st and 10 here. 3 receivers set I formation. Albuquerque opting for the nickel. They've liked having 2 linebackers out on the field for most of the night tonight. They've got a talented trio. Play clock winding down. Kopech with snap it. Has time. The pocket is so clean. He takes off. He bounces off a hit, and he's still going. He slides down second, just short of the first down marker. But how did he get out of that?
Wow, what else can you say? Absolutely smoked on the hit by Tyson. He just shrugged it off. I mean, what else can you say? Iman Kopech is a warrior.
Literally and figuratively living up to his team's badging on this 2nd and inches play. Albuquerque looking at a 4-3, looking to stack the box. And it will be a handoff this time to Twice, who gets off and fumbles the football, and it's fumbled again! Both teams fumbling the football, and it looks like a Warrior comes up with a flag on the field.
Wow, what a circus play there. Nick Twice fumbling, getting picked up by an Albuquerque defender, only to fumble again back into... Wait a minute. They say the Adams have the football. They say the ball was down and that contact was a face mask. The flag was thrown after the fumble was made and the fumble recovery was. So that fumble by Albuquerque is negated. Dots tosses to the left side for Morrison, who's getting swarmed, but somehow survives despite 4 Warriors unblocked around it. I'm surprised the right sides of the ball are even on the field right now. I mean, that was a circus play if I've ever seen one. Albuquerque getting another chance to put points on the board, already in the red zone.
Dots throwing to the right side, hitting Goodman in stride. That quick hitter route has been money or it's been an interception. That time it's money once again. First down, Adams.
I mean, Dots going back to what he has been doing all night, not wanting to sit in the pocket for too long, making the quick pass to one of his star receivers over the middle of the field right as they get past their corner. It's been textbook for Dots so far.
Goodman getting up over the century mark with that reception. It's been in a pair of sure hands. Dots with time. Throwing up the slot, and it's off the hands of his tight end, Tyler Gregory, who wishes he had that one back, no doubt about it.
He heard those footsteps coming. That plus the cold air had to be hard to hold on to that one, but you've got to. You're not going to have many looks like that where you're wide open that close to the end zone.
Now with one single back, 2 receivers, one to the left, one to the right. A tight end is squeezed out to the slot. But the blitz is coming. Dots is met in the backfield, absolutely eaten alive.
Yeah, we've said it plenty tonight. That pressure has been on the back of Dots' neck all night, absolutely sandwiched in between 2 Warriors there. William Patterson, the first one to meet him, bringing him down for the sack.
And at this point, you have to be asking yourself, do you even pass the football here? A bad sack could take you out of field goal range. 3rd and 14 here, though. There's no way you convert that on a run, is there? Dots will throw with 3 receivers. He takes the flat to Morrison, who cannot break the open field tackle, gets wrapped up and brought down by Fields. 4th and 12.
I think that's a good decision there by Dots. Making the pass out of the backfield to Morrison, making sure they stay in field goal range. He showed already in this game that he has thrown 2 interceptions.
Big moment here. Field goal is up, and the Adams will take the lead on a circus play of circus plays. Again, to go back to what started this Adams drive, it was a handoff to Nick Twice, who fumbled the football. An Adams defender recovers that football and is face masked when he's being brought to the ground. Now, that face mask on the Albuquerque defender negates their subsequent fumble, hence why the Adams have such a short field to work with.
Wow, and I mean, that's just football right there. What more could you ask for from a play?
Oh no, a falling catch. Neskenkel with some struggles there. Cannot get very far.
Another face mask.
It might be. Oh no.
Like it.
Oh, and how? This time they'll say it's personal foul, not the incidental, the full personal, make it 15.
Yeah, Nick Twice was the one who fumbled on that run. I believe his first on the year and his first really mistake of this game. I mean, they're certainly taking him out of the backfield after that one.
One would think. They've got wind back there right now for this I formation. Kopech will be throwing. He hits his man in stride. Nick twice to get a chance to redeem himself, but another flag on the field. There's yellow flags everywhere. Another face mask. Every play is a face mask.
Wow. I mean, this is a battle of discipline almost, it seems, at this point. We got to check if these face masks have some sort of magnets in them, something, because that's almost 3 exclusively in a row.
Both of these teams having their focus fraying as this contest comes down to the wire. 3 receivers in an I formation, a play action, a throw up the middle, and it's complete. The slot receiver gets behind the secondary.
You know, I think that is what this Chicago Warrior offense needs to stick to. If you recall back to the first half, they went to this play action look a lot, having a lot of success over the middle. Looks like they're going back to it now, and if they can continue those looks throughout this drive, they may be able to take the lead back.
Now with facing a nickel front, a couple of defenders shading to the weak side. It's a handoff to the left side for Wynn, who managed to avoid some incidental contact but gets wrapped up in the backfield. Seth Berlin is moving like grease lightning tonight.
Absolutely. He has been all over this running attack. I mean, not much room to run there. Seth Berlin hit the hole quick, tackled him before he even knew what was going on.
Now it's 2nd and 11. They are inside the red zone, but all the same, Kopech has back to pass, looking for the end zone, but too much to overthrow Nick twice.
I think that was Talakarn on the coverage there, if I'm not mistaken. That was fantastic coverage there by the safety, able to blanket twice, which we haven't seen many people be able to do in this contest, not letting him snag that ball in.
Now we've got 4 receivers in a single back set on 3rd and 11. That's Toby Bonitz in motion from right to left. Haven't called his name much today. But it will be another pass. But Kopech would say, no, never mind, and he gets wrapped up in the backfield. The Adams snuff it out. Eli Calvert with the sack.
Eli was tired of Kopech's shenanigans. He said, look, you are a quarterback. Get down where you're supposed to be. Stop running the ball all over us. And he showed there that he wasn't going to let that fly. Are they close? Oh, they are going to go for the field goal. Okay.
It's not the longest one we've seen so far tonight. This one's 35. The longest we've seen so far is 36. From just inside the right hash. The kick is up and good. We have ourselves a tie ball game with 3:19 to go. You better not be going anywhere, folks.
They're going to leave this one up into the hands of Dots. 2 picks on the night. He is going to have a redemption drive here. Not much time on the clock. Last drive, they relied heavily on that run attack. If they do that again, the clock might just choke itself away.
Kick is away. It will be returnable. Brought out of the end zone and wrapped up just past the 32. Good effort there. Let's talk for a quick second. SFLm Season 9 regular season action concludes next week, Wednesday, December 4th, with 4 more exciting matchups starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, with features such as Philadelphia-Pittsburgh, San Jose Albuquerque, Nashville Chicago, and Lexington Bossier City as teams make their final push for the postseason. See the SFL Stars of Tomorrow on the Virtual Football Network. 1st and 10 here for Dots. Tie game. All timeouts in play for both teams. Toss play to the right for Morrison, who makes one man miss but gets brought down by Amante Dubois-Smith in the open field.
Dubois-Smith has been a fantastic piece in this run defense tonight. Morrison able to shrug off the first tackle, only to meet him after a gain of 6.
Now is 2nd and 4, the goal. Lots of Warriors near the line of scrimmage, but it doesn't matter. They all guessed wrong. It's a handoff up the middle, just off the guard for Chevy Monte Carlo, and he moves the chains.
Mango Moody with the fantastic blocking there, opening up a great lane for Monte Carlo to get the first down.
It's high-octane action. The time is ticking away. Play clock and game clock fairly close to each other on the minute mark. Dots looking with 2 receivers to his right, 2 tight ends to his left. He will pass. He takes the flat route. Morrison out on the left side. Bounces off a tackle. He's in space. He's one man to beat, but he can't do it. He still picks up a huge gain for the Adams.
That is an electric gain right there by the Adams. That is showing that they can do both. They can get Morrison involved in the passing game. They're going to have to do more of this going forward. They've been running the ball a lot, barely getting the touchdown saved there by William Patterson, I believe, tackling him, going out of bounds.
And that will be your 2-minute warning in a showdown for the ages. Coming down to the wire, I am Alex West. With me is DJ Kilgannon and Commissioner Cameron Irvine in the booth. Dots under center with 2 receivers to either side. He will pass, throwing right side, hits his man Goodman in that one-on-one coverage. Ness Genkel can't do it. Timeout Albuquerque.
Goodman there, what a fantastic catch. Having nice concentration to bring the ball in with blanket coverage there. Dots able to keep his composure in the pocket against the blitz, making a beautiful throw.
Just inside the 10-yard line. With an I formation, Dot surveys the defense, and it will be a pass. Taking Morrison to the flat, who almost gets picked off, but instead he gets met out, he catches it by Patterson, and there's an injury on the play.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hate to see it.
I think that's
Looks
Peter
like it's
Merck there.
It is indeed. Merck is out. Not getting out on the field under his own power. Very doubtful we'll see him back before the final whistle. We will see if this defense can rally without him. 2nd and goal is the worst time to lose a defensive lineman.
Yeah, that's going to hurt for the Chicago defense. When Albuquerque's going to want to do nothing but run this clock, they're going to miss him on that defensive line.
From the 7. 2nd and goal, it'll be Morrison, who runs up the middle, who gets about 5. Running through traffic, nearly finds his way to the end zone. I thought he might see a lane, but instead the Warriors collapse. And another timeout is used.
That was a close one there. Morrison fighting for every bit of yardage on that run, getting all the way to the safeties before he was brought down. Now it's only 2 yards between them and the end zone.
Indeed. And it's a heavy set. It's Morrison again who finds Pater. Touchdown, Albuquerque!
Morrison again, showing why he is the bell cow for this Albuquerque offense, getting in the end zone, giving it back to Patterson for saving that touchdown earlier. That is some heart by this Albuquerque team, coming back, gaining the lead late in the 4th quarter.
Corrections to be made. It's actually Chicago that's been burning those timeouts because Albuquerque's been controlling the flow of this football game. Now, this extra point is up and good, putting the Adams up by 7, and the Warriors now have a tall task ahead of them. 1:42 to score a touchdown and tie the game, and you only have 1 timeout to do it. What's the plan?
I think they need to go back to what they did best in the first half. I think they controlled the game in the first half with those play-action runs. Of course, Albuquerque knows they're not going to run, but that play action look a lot. I mean, it's been working a lot for him.
And we'll throw it over to Cameron Irvine in the SFL headquarters for a game update on the other action happening.
Thank you, Alex. Philadelphia and Bossier City tonight. Philly has dominated this game, but Patrick Rudlang with one of the best plays of this minor league season as he breaks the tackle and steps over the defender for the score. That's a good draft prospect right there. 35-14, Cougars lead the Steamers. Back to you.
Some truly nasty work by Rudlang out there. 3 receivers set to the left, 1 to the right. 4 receivers in total, single back. Dime front for the Adams, who are looking to limit the damage. Kopech fires over the middle. It's intercepted! The Adams have taken it away! And Dustin Socasey says, not this time.
We've said it all night. Socasey has been that Nick Twice kryptonite. Getting the pick there, stabbing a heart through this Warrior offense. Wow, what a play to jump that pass.
Now, it's not over until the fat lady sings, but the Adams are now going to look to work the clock, and they only need really one. Oh, no, by the math, they've got it. 40 seconds, Chicago only has one timeout. The victory formation is fielded, and there will be one knee and a timeout from the Warriors, their only timeout remaining.
Yeah, I mean, the only fumble we've seen so far for this Adams team was on the defense, but it was brought back. I think that is ball game, getting back into victory formation.
And tonight, somehow, we would normally think that the quarterback who threw 2 interceptions would be the losing quarterback when the other guy threw 1 interception, but instead it's the timing of those interceptions and the position of those interceptions and the game situation that made the difference here. Roquan Dots, well, despite throwing a couple of picks early, shown incredible resiliency, I think, here.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, he completely was able to shrug off those first 2 interceptions and looked like they didn't even happen come into the second half. He was playing phenomenal football and didn't even look like it affected him in the slightest.
There will be one more kneel down, and that won't be enough to end the game, but we will see only about 8 seconds of difference between play clock and game clock, meaning that barring a miraculous kick 6 that puts Chicago back in it, we might be looking at just one special teams play and one heave to finish the night.
I think so, and with how the special teams has been playing in this one, it is going to be a great special teams play. There's been a lot of aggression and big hits on the special teams side of the ball.
Nick Twice back in the end zone, gonna have to come forward to try and field it. This one dribbling, bouncing, and it will not be returned. Down at the 6-yard line, maybe even down to the 10-yard line with about 5 seconds left on the clock. It's a tall order. Hail Mary or nothing.
Yeah, the roll definitely going in the favor of the Adams there. That's exactly what they needed. The Warriors are going to need a miracle right now. Kopech's going to have to heave one up and hope for the best.
Adams electing for prevent defense. Shotgun for the Warriors. Your last play is underway. Kopech rolling, heaving, deep. Hits his man, Nick Twice deep, but no! To break the one tackle needed. Ball game, Albuquerque.
Wow, Nick Twice making every Albuquerque Adams player heart drop. That was almost the miracle they needed, barely getting stopped in open field. Albuquerque getting the win.
And well, folks, that is the final score. Ticking down, Albuquerque 23 to Chicago 16, and the Warriors slide, having dropped 6 in a row. That all but almost certain to eliminate them from the playoff chances, as meanwhile Albuquerque has basically cemented their shot at getting in with this win, 6-5 now.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a heartbreaker there for the Warriors. They're going to need, again, they're going to need a miracle if they're going to find their way into the postseason, if at all.
I think we had a great contest overall tonight. Who is your player of the game, DJ?
Oh, I think it's going to come down to Secosia. Really was all over the field on defense and had the game-sealing interception on Nick Twice in a huge moment.
Well, folks, for SFL and SFLm, I've been your play-by-play Alex West with DJ Kilgannon. Thank you for coming out, and have a great night.